Train your crew. You know we train you. Our facts are always true. So please train your crew. Hi everyone and welcome. It's Training Thursday for today, Thursday, September the 28th. Thursday night football, Packers, Lions, NFC North, supremacy on the line. I'm Green Bay Packers owner and Vice President Communications, Independent Contractors and Business Association, Jordan Bateman, joined as always by
Kerry Vital, Program Manager for the Training Department.
Kerry, what NFL teams do you own?
I don't know anything.
Well, that seems so weird because I'm a shareholder in the Green Bay Packers.
I know you are. I've heard.
I
see
everyone,
the certificate beside my head.
I assumed everyone owned it, a franchise, but that is no problem. That's no problem. Kerry, it's nice to see you.
Thank you.
You were at death's door for the past week.
Yes, I was. This is the first day back in the office. I do apologize for the cough candy that is in my mouth, but that is okay. I sound a little froggy, but I will be fine. Finally on the mend after the plague.
Kerry had, because of masking and overall, marathon-y fitness, Kerry had avoided illness for 4 years.
4 years.
But that came crashing to a halt after one weekend partying with road builders.
I was going to say, it's all the road builders' fault.
Right.
It's Kelowna.
Right.
But it is fine. Like I said, finally on the mend. But now, unfortunately, two of my counterparts now have the plague themselves. Our poor director of training and our poor events manager. Not for me, because I haven't been here.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes. So thoughts and prayers to the training department and hang in there,
we're all
guys.
exhausted, but that's okay.
See, I'm used to this. Like every September, as soon as school hits.
Oh yeah, totally.
I have kids in school, so you get their cold, their first flu of the
totally.
year. But for you well-oiled machines.
No, we are breaking.
Yes, exactly.
And it is a weakness. But
Kerry,
that is
I also
okay.
understand that this is your final week as chair of the ICBA Joint
yes,
Occupational Health and Safety Committee. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You kept me safe from falling out of things and under things and slipping on things. So
it was terrifying the entire time, I can assure you. Yes. Today I will be finally handing over some of the stuff to our new chairs, which will be Jonathan and Alexandra. But looking at the calendar now, October the 12th will be my last Joint Health and Safety meeting. So yeah, it's end of an era, literally. Jenny and I, our events manager, is also stepping down, and the two of us were the ones who created the Joint Health and Safety Committee, and we have been the chairs of it pretty much the entire time. Actually, no, the entire time.
Yeah. How many days since our last accident at ICBA?
Many, many, many. We actually, we are very lucky. We've been very safe. We've only had a couple things over the years, mainly because we were moving. We've moved a lot over the past few years.
Like that time I stuffed you into a box to get the movers to move.
Yeah. That happens every time, but I think I've finally stopped. I'm in my own space now where you're good. But yeah, we are ticking along.
OFA Level 2.
I'll say
it's
this
our
is
featured
appropriate.
course of the week, and it kind of ties in all this, and it's more important now than ever because WorkSafe.
Yes. So we had our WorkSafe presentation last week that I'm sure many people attended. There are going to be some new regulations around first aid coming out next year, and so we are starting to offer some of the longer format first aid courses. We've offered first aid level 1 for donkey's years, but now we are going to start doing first aid level 2. So the first one
What
is
a donkey's ear? Is that an Irish saying?
It's an Irish saying, yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, good to know. Now I have to explain myself.
I'll have to Wikipedia it after.
So we are going to do first aid level 2 and first aid level 3, but we don't have any of those scheduled quite yet. But first aid level 2 is a week-long course, 5 days. And our first session of it will be starting November the 6th. So, of course, there's no calendar in front of me to be able to see it. So that is, 6th to the 10th of November. So it's a bit more in-depth, 36 hours. Covers participants to respond to effectively to workplace injuries and emergencies. So it's the same things as OFA 1, basic life support, scene assessment, et cetera, but it also goes into a lot more depth, and it's going to be for companies who don't necessarily have a hospital across the street like we do. So yeah, it is an important
many of our
session.
members are going to have to do this.
Yes.
Because it is an enhanced requirement of WorkSafeBC.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're getting into the OFA 2 business.
Exactly. Yeah. So we've always offered it as an option for people. Like if they say, hey, we need to get 2 guys into a OFA 2 course, we can always assist with that. But now we're actually be offering it as a public session ourselves.
Perfect. All right.
Yes.
link below in order to go there. icba.ca/courses. icba.ca/courses. Let me say it again. In order to see all of our offerings. I know that this is one that will come up a few times.
Yes, most definitely.
It's obviously a big time commitment, but if you have to have it, you have to have it.
Yeah, it is going to be a requirement for certain companies, certain organizations, etc. As I said, we are across the street from a hospital, so this is not something that ICBA itself will need, but we all have our OFA 1, and we'll continue to do that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, anything else exciting happening?
Nothing really. Those are the two exciting options right now.
Q1 is finally ending. Q3, sorry. Last week I sent out an email to the staff. During COVID, we started worrying about, are we keeping everyone up to date on everything?
Yeah.
So we started the Friday roundup, which is an email I send out almost every Friday, except when I'm away.
Sometimes on a Thursday.
News and dumb jokes and cornhole coverage.
A lot of dad jokes.
And important things like that.
Yeah.
And last week I sent out, because I was looking a week ahead, that it was the final one of Q3. And as soon as I saw it pop up, when it sends it to everyone in iSpace, so I get my own email, and I'm like, uh-oh. I realized there was still a week left, and I knew the only two people in the organization who would be freaking out about it would be Kerry and Sabine in training. So I immediately sent a follow-up email saying, guys, I'm sorry, we still have a week left in Q3. We can still knock off those goals. So
I think you actually said it was the end of Q4.
Well,
I think you got. I forget what it was. Something even worse than that, and it was like.
Anyways. It's all okay. It is the end of Q3.
It is. That is crazy.
And the beginning of Q4. We have, by the way, watch ICBA's Facebook page. We have a big staffing announcement coming on Tuesday, October the 3rd. You don't want to miss that.
That's exciting.
Make sure you see it. And of course, it is September 3rd is National Day for Truth and Reconciliation.
Yep.
Our office will be closed the 2nd, as will most workplaces in BC due to the statutory holiday. A day of reflection, a day of thinking about the history of Canada, the indignities and injustices done to Indigenous peoples. Lots of information out there all over the place on how to take some time to think about that. ICBA, we've worked very hard and very diligently on trying to rebuild relationships with Indigenous leaders, communities, businesses. We're proud that this year we've added several Indigenous members, Indigenous-owned company members. We are the #1 sponsor of Indigenous apprentices in the province of British Columbia. We work with groups including All Nations United, which is Canada's first Indigenous-led labor union. So we've made progress, but it's never enough, and we continue to challenge ourselves to go forward on that. So kind of a solemn thing to bring up on an otherwise,
entertaining training
Thursday. But it is important to remember that, Monday's not just a day off. It means something, and to take time to think about it and to take actions that lead to healing and reconciliation.
100%.
All right.
So as Jordan said, we will be closed on Monday to do our own thoughts, etc. But we will be back next Thursday, October the 5th.
We will.
For the first one of Q4.
It will be great. Kerry and I look forward to seeing you then. Yeah. And until then, have a great week.